All right, so I just watched Home Sweet Home, which is a 1981 slasher that I have not seen before, and I have heard of this one. It's one I've always wanted to see, and I found it free on YouTube via somebody on Facebook, I think, told me about it. And I've always wanted to see this one, so I went and checked it out. And the basic plot of this slasher is that a crazed killer escapes from the mental hospital and starts killing off people in this kind of backwoods area. And again, that's the plot. There's nothing special about the plot for this one, of course. It's just a kind of a generic slasher. But I will say this: I thought that this one was really entertaining with some moments of it. I wouldn't say I love the movie in terms of entertainment. I thought the entertaining stuff was fun enough, but I felt like the movie was just honestly kind of pretty boring for me. Despite that, there's some funny moments, like whenever it starts, there's a guy who goes up to a guy in a car, and the guy says, "Want a beer?" And the guy outside of the car goes, "Rah!" and just grabs him and lunges at him. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, it was so quick and so immediate that you're just like, wow, that just kind of shocked me. Not in a scary way, but in a funny way. And then the guy who's the killer gets in the car, starts driving, and he runs over an old lady, and you just see a cut of an old lady going like this, and then it just kind of does a cross cut, and then it shows the guy laughing maniacally, and there's blood on the car, so he had killed her, but you don't see it. This movie does a lot of off-screen kills or kills that are not bloody at all. This one really was extremely low budget, but I didn't. Funny enough, like I said, with this year, I watched a lot more slashers that were very, very low budget, like Sledgehammer, which I did not like at all. This one I liked way more. I like this one definitely more than that one. Um, this one had some funny, colorful characters in it. Like I thought the rock and roll guy with the full face paint was funny. Um, he says like stuff like "rock and roll till you're dead," like that. Those kind of lines are funny. Um, I like. There's a line where a character says later, like he's talking about his girlfriend, and he says, um, "She won't drink anything. She hates to go to the bathroom." And it was just such a weird like line where I'm like, okay, that made it in the movie. Okay, we got that line. Um, the funny thing is that this guy is a buff killer. Like this killer is literally a big buff guy, and he isn't wearing a mask or anything. He's just a guy that makes really, really crazy faces, and it's pretty funny. Honestly, that guy I thought did a really hilarious job of facial reactions. Like I thought that made it fun. Um, but it reminded me of something like Final Exam, which is another slasher where it's just a killer, but it's just a normal person like that's just going around killing people. This guy is more buff than that guy, and he's really just over the top and ridiculous with his reactions. I think they're genuinely funny. Um, I liked the kill where there's a guy inside of a car hood. The killer just jumps onto that car hood and squishes the guy in half, and it was pretty funny. Um, there's a girl that gets hit on the head with hit on the ground by a rock, but it looks just like a mannequin. And because the VHS quality of this transfer on YouTube was VHS quality, I couldn't tell if that was a real person or a mannequin. It looked kind of like a mannequin. It didn't look like a real person. And this is weird because I usually feel with slashers like some slashers can do fun with like stupid music, but this one annoyed me with the clown music. I didn't think that was entertaining at all. Like I thought that was honestly kind of took the movie away from me in a lot of ways. Like it took me out of the movie, and that's weird to say for like a silly slasher, but I just didn't really think that that worked. Um, I thought that really at the end of the day, I thought it was just honestly a little boring. Like it had some fun kills, it had some fun moments, but a lot of the kills are like off screen or not shown, but there are some funny ones. I think the biggest thing I'll say about this movie that's the most entertaining is the killer himself, because he just makes giant reactions, and he just like by the end of the movie, like it is ridiculous with the over the top reactions he makes. Like it is really funny. But besides that, I just don't think it's that entertaining. Like it has some entertaining moments, like I mentioned, but I felt like the movie as a whole, being only like an hour and 20 minutes, I was still pretty bored. Um, it just wasn't a slasher that that kept me entertained throughout, but there were moments of entertainment. So it wasn't anything super special for me, but I'm glad I saw it. I'm glad I got to see it finally. So that is it today for the review for Home Sweet Home. We got more videos coming up, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.